live and we're live and we're live. Yes, we're live. Are we live? Yes, we are live. Welcome. Perfect Timing Podcast Studios. Come on in, baby, come on. Baby, come on. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Once again, welcome to the live chat, and remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Everybody come on in, double tap, hit the like button. I need you to subscribe, hit the notification bell, do it well, do it swell, so you know when we going live, man. Who gonna be first in the chat, get shouted out. First in the chat, get shouted out without a doubt. We're going to have a good conversation today. Come on in. Yeah. Y'all see that fire thumbnail? Some of y'all be flipping through the phone, so you find me on your phone live. I want to say thank you. Thank you, YouTube, for the great platform. Thank you, YouTube, for the access. Thank you for granting us this opportunity once again to have this conversation. This is the greatest geopolitical conversation on YouTube from the most handsomest Black conservative that they could actually find on the internet. They couldn't find anywhere more handsome, more chocolatey, more peanut buttery than your boy. So come on in, let's have this conversation, man. Double tap hit the like button, man. Double tap hit the like button. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. First in the chat, get shouted out. Without a doubt. We're going to have a fire conversation on all you do is win Wednesday. Get your Trump hands, because all we do is win. And if you came from MAGA, put your hands in the air. Let them stay there. One more time for everybody new to the channel. All we do is win. And if you came for MAGA, put your hands in the air, let them stay there. All my MAGA magnificent men on this wonderful Win Wednesday, double tap at the like button. Let them know where you at, man. We having a fire conversation, another day, we back in the studio, another conversation from the tippy top, from the TOP, man. We having another one today. Fire thumbnail is day 22. You know what I was doing my research today? You know what I found as we get into the topic? You know what I found today? They said today, making it day 22 makes it the second longest government shutdown. We are in the woods, ladies and gentlemen. Like, up until now, this has been a conversation, conjecture. It's no longer a conversation. I'm presenting to you real evidence and receipts today. It has gone over the wall. We have jumped the shark. We are in a new day in American history. First in the chat was Dark Moon. Shout out to you, baby. Shout out to you. Double tap, hit the like button. Come on in. Come on in, man. Check out that fire thumbnail. Join the hottest political conversation on YouTube right now. Join the chat. Get your thoughts off. I want to know from you what you understand and what you know about what's going on. We are talking about day 22 government shutdown, second longest shutdown. Now remember, we talked the other day about the town hall and the air traffic controller, the ATC, who's been forced to drive Uber to pay his bills. How many people know people work for the federal government that's been furloughed? How many people you know essential employees that work for the federal government that can't not go to work? So people like the air traffic controller who still has to go to work, who's not getting paid, but then now has to drive Uber at night to pay his bills. Anybody know anybody like that? Now, up until today, now that's been the reality for a lot of Americans. A lot of Americans across the country affected by the government shutdown. I told you when we talked about who was responsible, look at the title today, look at the description, look at the thumbnail. We're having a conversation. Who do you blame? Let me know in the chat. Who is responsible for the second largest shutdown in American history? Let me know in the chat. Tell me right now. Double tap, hit the like button, share it. I need you to hit the notification bell, do it swell, so you know what time we will. Now, the demos, somebody said the demos. Now, we already know, there's a couple things I want to talk about today. So Y'all sit back and relax. We're going to have a good time. Double tap at the like button. We need to get to 100 likes real fast in the dash with a blast. So we got to almost 100 likes yesterday before we left, and I'm very excited. I'm very happy. Thank you, everybody, for those likes. But the faster we get the likes, the broader the conversation can be and expand this topic, because I got some information I want to share with the American people and my audience to arm them with the facts. We got to arm everybody with the facts. So just the facts, man. And a couple things I want to get out before I even get into the topic. Let's get. I was thinking about something. I don't know how I want to say this. Y'all let me know in the chat how. Hey, I see them hearts emojis. Thank you for them heart emojis. Yeah, man. Okay, so 22 days, but I want to go deeper. 22 days, but I want to go. Mrs. Perfect Timing in the chat. Misha Jordan in the chat. So. Okay. We doing some research on the live stream right now. So I wanted to break down something, because I know we have a lot of new people. I know a lot of new people, a lot of new citizens in the country. So let's have a real talk. I want to give out some information. Okay, so this is what I was talking to my wife about last night. We're going to get into day 22 of the government shutdown. Double tap, hit the like button. We got a lot to talk about this morning. I'm just doing some live research. Double tap, hit the like button. Rock with me right now. We're going to go on a little tangent. We're talking about day 22 of the government shutdown. Now, this video is one of the congressmen listing things that removed from the budget that was under Biden administration. Let's have a good discussion. Amen. Hey, double tap at the like button to get everybody in here. We need 100 likes real fast on the double. So as we've been having this talk, it's been a conversation, but a lot of people are not getting paid. So there is a reason why I'm excited today. I'm going to hurry up to the quick and I'm going to get to it. But I wanted to share something with you that I shared with my wife last night, because I am the OG. I said, do a lot of people understand how the government works, right? The different bodies of the government, the different branches. The Senate has a function. The Congress has a function. The president has a function, and the Supreme Court has a function. So when I said yesterday that this is the first time in American history that we have a budget shutdown after the Congress passed the clean CR, a clean resolution in the budget, I think it went over a lot of people's head, because we don't have civics being taught in school anymore. So I don't think people understand the different legislative branches and what their roles and responsibility are, right? And then you may understand when I say who is to blame, right? Remember Mike Johnson the other day said, we passed the clean CR. We passed the budget in the Congress, bipartisan. Now, this is not being discussed when we say who's to blame. Bipartisan, that means Republicans and Democrats did their job in the Congress. I don't think a lot of Americans understand, because you didn't understand civics, what the Congress job is. The Congress job is to create and pass a budget through bills and appropriation. It's not the Senate's responsibility. So do you understand when Mike Johnson says this is the first time this has ever happened when the House did its job? The House is responsible. Do you remember American history, how Reagan got in trouble, how Bush got in trouble, how the War Powers Act, how you're supposed to go to Congress to declare war? Why do you have to go to Congress to declare war? Because the Congress is where you get the money. Congress is where you get the money. That's their role and job, not the Senate. The role and job of the Congress. Do you understand? I thought about this yesterday after my podcast, and it's no longer a joke. I have to do this education because a lot of people are going to start feeling the pain. And this is the goal. Remember, I read to you the message from the Democrat who said he wants people to feel pain. Well, the pain is coming. So I got to make sure that you are educated, because there'll be a lot of trolling. It's a lot of joking, and this is not a joking issue. So as I did my research, but when I researched myself last night, what I understood is that a lot of the American people don't understand the different legislative branches in their job, and that Congress's legislative job is to create a budget, right? The Senate has a different job, but the Congress primary function, which is why you go to the Congress for war and to get the money. Reagan went behind Congress with the Iran-Contras. Do you remember Ronald Reagan got in trouble because he went to Congress because he wanted to do a war war, they said, no, you can't have the money. This is how the legislative branch works. The president just can't go declare war, right? We have a check and balance. This is why I know why a lot of things happen in America, because the intellect of people. And a lot of times podcasters like myself, people are more interested in clicks, right? And how can you have a conversation with your audience if you're not informed and you're not informing your audience? So I had to just go to this before we get into the SNAP benefits and the messages that are going out today. Did you guys know, back at it like a crack addict, automatic like a foamatic, built for tragedy, made for static. It's your boy, Perfect Timing Podcast, back with the blast, in and out with a dash. 2025 won't last. We're going to get this done real fast. Yo, did you know that Congress passed the clean CR? We are in day 22, the longest shutdown, the second longest shutdown in history. I asked you yesterday, how long would this shutdown last? Some people said 41 days, but I gave you context. Remember, I gave you context. I said we're in day 21. The longest shutdown was 35 days. I said, how long do you think the shutdown will last, given the context that I've given you? We're in day 21. And the last time this was in Donald Trump's presidency also. Now, keep all of these things in mind as you answer this question. How long do you think the shutdown is going to last? It lasted 35 days last time under Trump. Truly, the Democrats have no power and they have no leg to stand on, because Congress has bipartisanly passed a clean resolution. The budget and does its job. This is the first time in American history that the budget has stopped at the Senate, and the shutdown is because the Senate won't pass the appropriation bill. That is the process. You understand? That is the process that happens every time. That's the way they're meant. And this is how dangerous the Democrats are. The Democrats are doing something that if the young people who got in quarantine, who don't understand civics and don't understand the democratic way that the framers, the greatest men who ever lived, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, the checks and balances, the different legislative branches, why America is so great. The Democrats are just throwing that out the window with this shutdown, because they are preying on the fact that you are ignorant and you don't understand how government works. How many people understand what Mike Johnson said about the clean CR? Let me read this for you. Congress' primary job is to create, debate, and pass laws outlined in Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution. The legislative process involves several key steps: bill introduction, committee review, debate and amendments, voting, presidential action. Beyond lawmaking, Congress also appropriates funds, controls federal spending through budgets and appropriation bills. I'm going to read that again. Beyond lawmaking, it's only a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. See, you guys didn't get educated like that, so I needed to educate you on what the actual purpose and where we are. You need to know where we are, that the Congress did their job. Bipartisan passed the clean CR. Listen, beyond lawmaking, Congress also appropriates funds, controls federal spending, which is why the president has to go to Congress if he wants to go to war, because he needs the money. Congress is the one with the purse strings. How many of us have heard this our whole life, but you're pretending to be ignorant in this moment because you hate Trump? Who holds the purse strings? Can anybody say in the chat, who holds the purse strings? Congress holds the purse strings. This is what we've always known. This is what we've always been taught, but somehow we are ambiguous to facts under this current administration, and it's a shame because people are feeling the pain. Congress holds the purse strings, and Chuck Schumer and Senate Democrats, who have no power, are stopping the budget. The clean CR that was passed by Congress, which is their constitutional duty, is being held up by Senate Democrats. I just needed you to know that. Oversight, investigation, and monitors government agencies to ensure accountability, confirms appointments, declares war. Congress has the power to authorize militarized action, and that's because it controls the money. The money, the money. Congress did its job. I just needed you to know that, because as we have this discussion about who do you blame, There's only one answer. But if you don't understand the legislative branches and how the framers framed the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, did you hear what I said? The Congress' primary job is to create, debate, and pass laws as outlined in Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution, one of the greatest documents ever created. This is the greatest country in the world. MAGA, magnificent. Where we at? We on All We Do Is Win Wednesdays. It's a MAGA day, and all we do is win. And let's get our Trump hands going. And if you came for MAGA, put your hands in the air. Let them stay there. Oh, I am not done. I'm going to cook today. I am just getting started. You will not believe the meat and the heart of my presentation today. I'm not even close. I'm not even close. You will not believe what I have to show you today. Let me go into more details about the government shutdown. We are in day 22. Tell your mama, tell your friends, we are in day 22. Somebody put in the chat, how many days Congress holds the purse strings. Thank you, Dark Moon. How many days do you think the government shutdown is going to last? Do you guys understand? This is no longer a conversation. Today marks that this is the second longest shutdown in American history. The longest one was 35 days. Check this out. The U.S. government shutdown has reached its 22nd day, the second largest in history, as Democrats led by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. I'm not making this up. It's not conjecture, but Senate Democrats, but that's why I laid the foundation to teach everyone about Congress's role in that this is being held up by Senate Democrats, right? But a lot of people do not understand that. So let's handle our business. Let's handle the business. Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button. Don't be stingy with the likes. You just might Ike. Double tap, hit the like button. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you get that plus sign, go ahead and hit the plus sign. The U.S. government shutdown has reached its 22nd day, the second largest in history, as Democrats led by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer demand extensions of Affordable Care Act premium tax credits expiring December 31st to prevent premium doublings for 21 million enrollees, while Republicans under Senate Majority Leader John Thune and President Donald Trump insist on clean funding resolution without additional spending. That was passed by the Congress. The clean CR was passed by the Congress. All the Senate is supposed to do was pass it forward to the budget, to the president. The impasse starting October 1st after failed appropriations has furloughed over 2 million federal workers, disrupted airport operations, and risked delaying SNAP benefits for 42 million low-income recipients. Now, the Democrats say they're doing this because they want to protect 21 million enrollees. To protect the 21 million enrollees, the Democrats are willing to bankrupt, and maybe some people might die because they're not going to have food. 42 million. Y'all, 6-7. Can we do the math? 6-7. Can you do the math? The Democrats say we're holding up the budget because we want to protect 21 million. In order to protect 21 million, the 21 million people got jobs. If you got Affordable Care Act, your 21 people, you probably got a job. You got Affordable Care Act through your employer. So they want to protect 21 million people. In order to protect 21 million people, they're willing to forego 42 million. Can anybody do that math? That's Democratic math for you. So 42 million people are going to starve. So Democrats can, quote unquote, save 21 million. Do they really care? Do they really care? I don't see it. Explain it to me, because I can't tell. Because you just took away food stamps from 42 million people, and you're telling me that you're doing that because you want to save 21 million. The math ain't mathing, Democrats. The math ain't mathing. You're going to hurt twice as many people. You're going to hurt twice as many people, Democrats. So 42 million people starve so you can help 21 million people keep their health insurance. The math ain't mathing, right? Okay, political tensions escalate with Trump hosting GOP senators and accusing Republicans of prioritizing other expenditures over essential. So Brian, this is not about money. There is enough money to bail out Argentina with 20 billion. There is enough money to purchase brand new aircraft for 170 million. There is enough money to renovate the White House ballroom. The White House ballroom budget is privately funded. But there is enough money, but it's not about how much money. It's about where MAGA wants to spend the money. Can we have a real talk this morning? It's not about how much money. It's about where MAGA wants to spend the money. And MAGA is the American people, right? The American people gave the Republicans and Trump a mandate on what and how we want the money spent. We don't want the money spent over there. We want the money spent here. So it's not about the amount of money. How many people think this debate and the government shutdown is about the amount of money? It's not about the amount of money. It's about where the money has been going under previous administration. See, the Democrats are not in control anymore. Do you guys understand? The Democrats want to dictate where money is being spent, even though they don't have the purse strings. Remember, I told you Congress is the one who holds the purse strings. Well, who's in control of Congress? Who's in control of the Senate? Who's in control of the White House? Thank you. So the Democrats want to try to wield a power of a magical invisible sword. Chuck Schumer doesn't have a sword. Chuck Schumer is waving an invisible weapon, right? But he's holding 42 million people at hostage. 42 million people gonna starve. I don't know what's going on with the Democratic Party, but I won't deny it. So let's see what let's see what Trump got to say. Double tap, hit the like button. Thank everybody for coming in, man. Thank everybody for coming in. Oh, I see them heart emojis. I love you too. I love you too. Thank you guys for watching. Double tap, hit the like button. We need 100 likes 5 minutes ago. We had a great show yesterday. I see everybody in the chat having a good time. Most round rumpus fired up chat on YouTube. The best geopolitical conversation. We're not even started yet, everybody. We're not even started yet. This is day 22, second longest shutdown in history. Let's hear from Trump right now. Let's hear from Trump. Let me see my volume.
Not be extorted on this crazy plot of theirs. I want to just say from the beginning, our message has been very simple. We will not be extorted on this crazy plot of theirs.
That's right.
They've never done this before. Nobody has. You always vote for an extension. Chuck Schumer and the Senate Democrats need to vote for the clean bipartisan CR and reopen our government.
This has never happened before.
I want to just say from the beginning, our message has been.
This has never been happened before. You always vote for the extension. We've never had this happen where the Congress passed a clean CR, a clean resolution, and it doesn't pass it. This is the first time in history, right? Imagine being dependent on government for your next meal. The meltdown for people on EBT being paused is the greatest campaign for abolishing EBT. Entirely embarrassing.
I'm not working for nobody.
Have you seen these videos? Somebody did a compilation. So there has been a bunch of Democrat liberals who grew up on the system who claim that if they don't get their EBT, they're going to act out. Too late. Portland beat you to the punch. Stay tuned there, Ted. Stay tuned there, Ted, because we got a lot to talk about today. Stay tuned. Let's take a look at this compilation. Who is that in the chat? That brother name is Ted Rowe. Ted, this is for you. Ted, this is for you.
Everybody going around saying that with the party.
I'm not working for nobody. Get the fuck out of here. This is what American taxpayers work for us. They work for me. They gotta help me keep my fucking kids. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be doing this now. I want my EBT, yo. I want my EBT. And I'm not working for nobody. I'm a fucking boss. What the fuck I look like working when the government is here to help? Come on. Y'all send all that money to Iraq. That training, that funding all these wars. But when it's time to help the Americans, y'all don't want to fucking help us. I need my fucking EBT, yo. I need my...
Oh man, this was, hey, y'all thought it was a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke, man. Y'all thought it was a joke. It's not a joke. Now, y'all might be asking, why are people reacting like this? I got the answer. Let's keep going. We got a lot to talk about, man. Day 22. Let me know in the chat. Somebody said it right, said it best. 3 words, get H. Double tap hit the like button, man. You're watching the Perfect Type of Podcast, back with the blast, in and out with the dash, the #1 political channel on YouTube. Double tap, hit the like button. Thank everybody for watching. Let me know in the chat right now how many days. We're in day 22. This is not a joke. We're not having fun today. This is a real informative, educational podcast. We are on day 22. This is the second largest government shutdown in history, right? This is affecting millions of Americans who have been furloughed, essential workers like the air traffic controller that we saw on the town hall. Donna said 61 days. Now listen to this. Donna, let me give you the proper context. We're in day 22. The longest shutdown was 35 days. That was under President Trump's last administration. Have the proper context now. Now that you have the proper context, 22 days, the longest shutdown ever was 35 days. This is the second longest shutdown. Now that you have the context, let me know again how long you think the shutdown is going to last. How long? Ted, explain to me why you believe that MAGA is responsible for the shutdown. Do you understand how the different legislative branches of the government work? Do you understand that Congress passed bipartisan the Clean CR resolution? Do you understand? You may be new here, but I explained at the beginning of the podcast what the roles are of the different legislative branches, the Senate, the Congress, the Supreme Court, and the presidency. Well, the Congress job is to create and to do the budget and to appropriate federal funds, and they have the war power. You have to go to Congress to go to war. Do you remember Bush, why Bush got in trouble? Because he didn't go to Congress to go to war with Afghanistan and Iraq. Do y'all remember that? Reagan got in trouble for when Reagan went to Congress to go to war, and Congress told him no. So Reagan used the CIA, and that's how we got crack. And that's what the whole Iran-Contras was about. Ronald Reagan having a secret war behind Congress's back and funding it with crack cocaine because Congress wouldn't give him the money. Because Congress, who holds the purse strings, would not give him the money. So please stop saying that the Republicans are responsible for the shutdown, because all that does is tell me that you're trolling because you do not understand the different legislative branches of government and what their roles and responsibilities are. Because Congress, with Democrats and Republicans, have already passed the budget. This is why I'm doing this show. I want to educate the audience. The Congress, Democrats and Republicans. Remember why I told you why is it called a House? Does anybody know why it's called a House of Representatives? It's called a house as an analogy, right? In a house, you have a mother and a father. You have two different opinions because basically two different worlds, right? Men are from Venus, women are from Mars. So in the house, the goal of a family, mom might have one opinion, dad might have one opinion. The goal is never for dad to be right. The goal is never for mom to be right. The goal is for them to discuss the issue, come together, and make a decision that's best for the house. The Republicans may have an idea. The Democrats may have an idea. The goal is never for the Democrats to always be right. No, the goal was never by the framers who wrote the Constitution and the Bill of Rights for the Republicans to always be right. No, the goal of the House of Representatives is so Democrats and Republicans debate, healthy, vigorous debate to come up with conclusions for the best decision for the House. Who's the House? America, MAGA, make America great again. The goal of the House, it's called the House of Representatives, right? Is to make the best decision for the House, not what's best for Democrats. What is eerily obvious today by Chuck Schumer and the Senate Democrats is they care more about what's best for Democrats and not what's best for the House. We in the House. Do you understand what the problem is today? Hey, CC360, I ain't seen you in a while. What I want to say is that the Senate Democrats are more focused on the success of the Democrats in 2026. AOC primary and Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer is worried about his job. Chuck Schumer is worried about his job. Chuck Schumer doesn't want to lose his seat to AOC, so he's making a big hullabaloo. That's what's going on. They are not concerned about what's best for the House. And to prove it, they are willing to starve 42 million Americans, and they want you to believe that they love you because they're going to starve 42 million Americans because they want to so-called save 21 million. 6, 7, it doesn't add up. 6, 7, it doesn't add up. The math is not mathing. 21 million people saved, and in order to save those 21 million in their insurance premiums, you're going to starve 42 million. And the 42 million you're going to starve are going to be women and children. I said the 42 million you're going to starve are going to be women and children. Can we just be honest? And I am not done. I am not done. I am not done. You guys are going to be surprised what went out today. Double tap, hit the like button. Mrs. Perfect Timing, I'm glad you're here. I want to share something with everybody watching right now. Can I share something with you right now? I want to surprise you. You know, to be a good YouTuber, independent media, you have to come and do better than the regular media. Well, I want to show you something that you don't know yet. I want to scoop the regular media. So we're talking about Cal Fresh SNAP benefits. We're talking about government shutdown, day 22. Did you guys know what went out today? Mrs. Perfect Timing, CC360, do you know what went out today? There was a message sent out nationwide. How many people know that there were text messages sent out nationwide to EBT and SNAP recipients today? I am the first person in independent media to show you this. You don't know it unless you're on EBT or SNAP, but I am your host, the hostess with the mostest, Perfect Timing Podcast. Listen to this. Yes, the text message you saw from CalFresh warning SNAP nutritional recipients about potential delays or non-insurance benefits starting November 1st due to ongoing federal government shutdown under President Trump appears to be legitimate. It is not a hoax. At first, I thought it was a hoax. When I first saw the text message, I thought it was a hoax, right? But everybody listening, text messages went out this morning, right? And I'm going to read to you the text messages that were sent out in California. Listen to this. Urgent. CalFresh alert from California Department of Social Services. Due to President Trump federal government shutdown starting October 1st, 2025, your November benefits may not be issued on November 1st if Congress does not reopen the government by October 23rd. Do you guys hear this? What's today? CalFresh in California. This went out nationwide. I don't know anybody who knows about this. This went out nationwide today. The California and all 50 states have told EBT recipients that if the government is not open by the 23rd, there will be no EBT for November 1st. This is no longer a joke. This is no longer conjecture. I know people are making videos to get clicks. This is not a joke. This is what independent media does. I am preparing families. I am educating my audience. This is what independent media does. You do your research. You get a good story. That's how you do YouTube. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is what independent media does. This is the message that went out nationwide. Nationwide, this is the message that went out all over California. Now, what we want to discuss is why I thought it was a hoax is because it included President Trump's name. This is what California Gavin Newsom governor is spending your money on. Urgent alert. Social services due to President Trump. This is the actual wording that went out to California citizens, whether you're Republican or Democrat. President Trump, federal government shutdown. This is how Gavin Newsom in the state of California is framing the shutdown in a text message to all EBT recipients. This is amazing. This is unprecedented. I could not believe the partisan nature of Gavin Newsom in California. Can you believe that? This is not fake. This is not, you can double check me. You know I love my YouTube channel. I could lose my channel for lying. This is the facts. Government of California sent these text messages out to citizens of the United States. They say that this is what Gavin Newsom in California said, the government shutdown is due to President Trump. And if the government is not reopened by October 23rd, benefits will not go out for November 1st. This is not a lie. This is not fake news. This is not fake news. Does everybody understand this is not fake news anymore? This is not fake news anymore. This is not a joke. This is tomorrow. My boy, Mr. Perfect Timing just said tomorrow is the 23rd. I pray that the government is open because I want food stamps for kids. I don't think the Democrats should win and 42 million people should starve for the holidays. But you guys need to understand the truth. They didn't fight the big, beautiful bill. So Nancy Pelosi get his tax cut. Nancy Pelosi get a tax cut, right, because of the big, beautiful bill. But Nancy Pelosi going to starve 42 American families for Christmas. So I said to myself, I said, okay, so California sent out this message, and California sent out a partisan message, right? So I said, what about other states? What about other states? Did everybody get a message? And guess what? Everybody got a message. You guys want to hear the message that Pennsylvania sent to their citizens? This is the message that Pennsylvania Democratic-led Governor Josh Shapiro, this is the message that went out in Pennsylvania. Because Republicans in Washington, D.C. failed to pass a budget causing the federal government to shut down, November 2025 SNAP benefits cannot be paid until the government ends our funds as released starting October 16th. Do you guys understand what's going on? The EBT for November is already gone. How many people knew that? Everybody thought it was a joke. You're laughing. Oh, EBT, SNAP benefit. No, EBT for November is gone. Every state sent out a message today. That was Pennsylvania. But I want to point out how Democratic states are framing it. The Democratic states, Pennsylvania said, because Republicans in Washington, D.C. fell. That's what Pennsylvania said. Let's go to Illinois. This is Illinois. J.B. Pritzker. Remember, Illinois, ice-free zones. They sent out messages today. October 21st, they sent this text message to 2.3 million people. If Republican federal government shutdown continues past October 23rd, benefits will be interrupted starting November 1st. This is the first place on media that anyone has said this. Thank you for watching. Double tap and hit the like button. Please subscribe. You're watching the Perfect Timing Podcast, #1 geopolitical podcast on YouTube. I talk about political issues from a MAGA Trump perspective every day. Today, we are talking about the government shutdown, day 22. Today marks the second longest government shutdown in history. I want everybody watching to tell me right now in the chat, how long do you think the government shutdown is going to last? Let me give you some context. The longest government shutdown was 35 days. We're in day 22. How long do you think the government shutdown is going to last? Let's go to another state. So far I've read to you Pennsylvania and Illinois. Pennsylvania and Illinois, both Democratic governors, both Democratic states, they sent out messages October 21st to 2.3 million people in Pennsylvania. No, wait a minute. Pennsylvania, 1.8 million. Illinois, 2.3 million. Oregon, Tina Kotek is the Democrat. They sent this message out October 20th. Listen to this. Urgent SNAP notice due to Trump's administration's government shutdown. This should be against the law. People said 40 days. Mary said 40 days. Another person said 40 days. I think that's plausible. The scary part is if the government shutdown goes one more day, you lose benefits for November. Does everybody listening understand? I'm doing a trick question. Okay, everybody just said 41 days. I need everybody who just said 40 days to understand one thing. If the government shutdown goes one more day, there are no benefits for November. Gold P. Shout out to Gold P for the super chat. Thank you for coming through. Thank you, brother, for supporting the channel. Hey, that means a lot, man. That means this is my manosphere brother. We share a panel on the Roger Report. We have discussions, fathers and family, God and country. I am very proud to share the stage with this brother. And we've been rocking out like this for many moons, man. For many moons. Shout out to Gold P. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. Hey, check this out too. I want to share one thing. Gold P is vegan. Right. Check this out. Let me say that one more time. Gold P is vegan. Shout out to my brother. Thank you for the super chat. Salute to you too. We're talking about the government shutdown. Now, Go P, we have been talking about the SNAP benefits, right? But it's been conjecture. It's been a question of whether or not the SNAP benefits, the EBT, is going away, right? We talked about it just the other day. This is research I found this morning. I know the brother, why didn't you bring this up? I just found this research when I researched the topic for my show today. What I found out is that text messages have been sent out nationwide, every state, and then how the text messages read vary by the political affiliation of the state. This is mind-boggling. This is unbelievable how partisan America has become. You think I'm making it up? I am not making it up. Couple things I want to call out right now. Everybody that said 41-day shutdown, let me explain something to you. If we are shut down one more day, do you understand? If we are shut down one more day, there are no benefits for November. Let me show you what's going on across the country. Let me show you what the Democratic leaders, Pritzker, Kotek, this is not American, but let me show you what these messages look like. This is what these messages look like. Oregon, Democratic Governor Tina Kotek. Let's read it together. Urgent SNAP notice due to Trump's administration's government shutdown. You will not receive SNAP benefits after October 31st unless resolved. This is unacceptable. President Trump must negotiate now. I wish I was lying. I wish I was lying. This went out to 750,000 people of Oregon. I wish I was lying. How many people say this is just not believable? How can you believe a Democratic governor sent out this message? Twice she referenced Trump. Twice she references Trump as being blamed when Congress passed the Clean CR. She said Trump administration's government shutdown. You will not receive. They are threatening. This is fear. This is governing through fear. This is fear mongering. This is not legal or prudent in America. We don't fear monger. We don't fear monger. Illinois, J.B. Pritzker. Listen to the message from Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker to 2.3 million SNAP recipients. If the Republican federal government shutdown past October 23rd, SNAP benefits will be interrupted starting November 1st. I am not making this up. I am the first person to report this. This is what you really call independent media. This is how you do YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you do YouTube correctly. This is how you win an audience. This is New Jersey. Every state. Somebody earlier asked me, did every state send out a message? Yes. And I'm going to point out to you the difference between the Republican states and the Democratic states. Again, Phil Murphy, Democratic governor. Let's read what New Jersey said to 800,000 recipients. Federal shutdown risk halting November SNAP payments if not ended by October 23rd. Here it goes again. Trump's cuts via the big, beautiful bill. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, wow. Do you see this? I wish I was making it up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's read it again from the top. Let's read it again from the top. I'm going to get to Florida. Federal shutdown risk halting November SNAP benefits if not ended by October 23rd, which is tomorrow. Somebody put October 23rd in the chat. That's tomorrow. Trump's cuts via the big, beautiful bill worsen this benefits delay working for families. This is October 21st. This message went out in New Jersey. Let's keep going. I don't think, is this believable? Is this America? Is this America? Yeah, they said, who is your king? Remember, we had no king protest. Who's the king today? I'm not going to laugh at you, Democrats. I'm not going to laugh at you. I'm not going to laugh at you, but I'm just going to ask you, who's the king today? I just want to know, Democrats, who is the king today? Is this very democratic? Is this American? I see very partisan. You know, they use taxpayer dollars to send out these text messages to trash the current president. We are in a new political climate. And then the left wants to say they're not radical. What if one of these people who go hungry want to kill and shoot somebody? But the left want to say they're not radicalizing people. The left say, oh, it's the right, it's the right who's radicalizing. You are sitting out, you're scaring people. You're terrifying Americans. They might get mad. What about one of these hungry people you send this message to gets upset? This is disgusting. This is disgusting. Double tap, hit the like button. Let's go to New York. We talked about New York yesterday with Cuomo, creepy ass, running for mayor. Remember, Cuomo had to step down. That's how Kathy became governor, and now Cuomo thinks he can run for mayor after being a creep who likes to touch on girls. Let's keep going. This is the message that New York sent out to 3 million people. Alert! Government shutdown may prevent OTDA from issuing November SNAP benefits on time. Listen to this. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Blame lies with federal inaction under Trump. October benefits okay. This is not believable. I can't believe this is a government notification. This was sent out by a government agency. And it says blame lies with federal inaction under Trump. It's almost like they're mobilizing an army. This is like, are we at civil war? Are we in a civil war? When I heard people say civil war, I thought they were being melodramatic. What's happening here? Is anybody intellectual in my chat? Or is anybody intelligent people left? What are they doing? Because I feel like they're trying to, we already have Portland, Oregon, where they're dropping off supplies. They have staging. I said it looks like a civil war in Portland, Oregon, and it looks like they're trying to get more troops. The Democratic states and Democratic governors seem to be riling up the public. I think they want more protests. I don't understand why, if you already have Antifa and all of this pushback and unrest and protest, why would you then send messages to hungry people who are already upset? Why? Listen to what I'm saying. Why would you send messages like this to hungry Americans who are already angry? I don't care who they're mad at. I don't want violence in the streets, but it seems like they want violence. I don't get it, bro. Why would you say blame lies with federal inaction under Trump? In a government, it's almost like empowering me, because think about this. If you have low intellect, if you're on food stamps and you're hungry and you get a message like this, don't you think ain't this like a order? Ain't this like a call to action? Because this doesn't come from your friend, right? You know, you might look at this differently if your cousin sent you this, no big deal. But if you live in the projects, if you didn't graduate high school, if you've been on food stamps and welfare your whole life, and you see a message from the government, you see a message from the state, and it says blame the lies on Trump, how do you interpret that? I need people to be honest about left-wing radicalization. Listen to the math. Listen to my scenario. What if you are born and raised in the ghetto on welfare and you get EBT and you didn't graduate high school, which is why you spent your life on welfare and food stamps, and you get a message from your government. Your government just told you, your local government sends you a message. You're in the ghetto. You're poor. You're on welfare. You're hungry. You already don't like Trump. And the government sends you a message that says, blame Trump. Blame Trump for being hungry. Yeah, you were special ed. Blame Trump for being hungry. How do you interpret that? Yeah, that's extremely dirty politics. I don't think it's American. And I don't think it should be legal. Think about this part, you guys. This is a taxpayer service. So that means Republicans and Democrat taxes pay for 3 million. Do you understand 3 million messages went out? Do you know you have to pay a phone bill? 3 million messages is not free. Can anybody work for a cell phone company in the chat? Anybody have a real job? Anybody listening to me have a real job? 3 million altogether, how much did they spend on these messages. These are campaign messages. This is like, they should be sued. Donald Trump, Pam Bondi should go after every Democratic governor because this is really a campaign message. It's not really about the SNAP benefits, right? They turned it into partisan campaigning. Instead of educating the people about not getting food stamps, they still want to campaign. This is sick. Yeah, taxpayer dollars. 3 million text messages. Some people think it's free. Some people think, how many people think that 3 million text messages are free? How many people understand that you paid for that? New Yorkers paid for 3 million text messages. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, or liberal, you paid for this partisan message to go out. And do you agree with the fear, the context, the connotation of the message? Alert. Government shutdown may prevent OTDA from using November SNAP benefits on time. Blame lies with federal inaction under Trump. How would you interpret that? Let's go to Maryland. Democrat Governor Wes Moore. Due to ongoing federal shutdown, November SNAP benefits at risk starting November 1st. Contact your local office. State reserves limited. This partisan gridlock hurts families. Demand action from Congress. Congress already passed the Clean CR, Wes Moore. The Democrats, I don't know what's going on. Minnesota, Tim Walz. I can't make it up. Minnesota, Tim Walz. Let's see what Tim Walz, the ex-vice presidential nominee, what did he say to his people? 500,000 people got a text message in Minnesota. Federal funding lapse from shutdown means thousands may miss November SNAP if unsolved by October 23rd. Somebody put October 23rd in the chat. We're mobilizing state aid, but prepare now. Call a certain number. Connecticut. State will cover SNAP through October using reserves, but November at risk from shutdown. In this now, families can't wait. That's Connecticut. So I said to myself, well, what about Republican states? Did Republican states send out a message? Guess what, you guys? Republican states sent out a message also. And I wanted to know, was it partisan? Did the Republicans blame Gavin Newsom? Did the Republicans blame Chuck Schumer? What did the Republicans say? Let's go to Texas. Texas and Greg Abbott. What did Greg Abbott say to 3.5 million people? I didn't know 3.5. Texas is a big state. And we're going to get to Florida because somebody asked about Florida. Texas is a big state. So 3.5 million people in Texas have food stamps. I didn't know that. That's a lot of people. This is what Texas Governor Greg Abbott wrote in the message to and this was October 17th to the 21st. If the federal government shutdown continues past October 27th, SNAP benefits for November will not be issued. October benefits are unaffected. Monitor your texasbenefits.com for updates. So in Texas, the cutoff, the drop dead date is the 27th. Everywhere else, it's the 23rd. People need to educate. Tell your family, if your family live in Texas, tell them the 27th is the date and they need to be prepared now. Everybody else don't have that much time. Every other state, the 23rd is the deadline for SNAP benefits. So if they don't solve this by tomorrow, 42 million people will starve for Thanksgiving. And what does that do to supermarkets and companies like Safeway, to farms, because they are turkey farmers, right? They are people who buy roast. Remember the roast beast? Remember Dr. Seuss? What does that do to the economy if no one can go shopping? Because some companies depend their whole year on November, right? Some companies depend their whole year. Spirit, the Halloween store, is only open in October. Some people make their whole nut in November off of Black Friday, off of turkeys, right? So if 42 million Americans don't go buy food, what does that do to the economy, right? So Texas governor said if the federal government shutdown continues past the 27th, but nothing partisan from Texas. Here's Florida. Ron DeSantis, October 2025 SNAP benefits will be issued as scheduled. If federal government shutdown continues, November SNAP benefits for this month of November will not be issued until federal funding is restored. The department is monitoring closely and will notify you as soon as we can, reassuming issuing benefits. Wow. Do you guys understand in Florida, the November benefits are already gone? Thank you for whoever brought up Florida. In Florida, the November benefits are already gone, are on pause. According to Ron DeSantis, November benefits will not be issued unless federal funding is restored. He's not putting a date on it. Thank you, Ron DeSantis, for not playing with the people, right? Ron DeSantis is not saying the 23rd or the 27th. Ron DeSantis just told everybody in Florida that EBT benefits for November are on pause until the government reopen. Wow. Ron DeSantis is a cold one. At least everybody else is giving everybody a little bit of hope. They said the 23rd and the 27th. For everybody watching me from Florida, your benefits are already on pause until the government opens up. That's news for me. That's brand. That's the first state I think we can say that about. Everything we've read so far, Florida is the only state who's come out and said openly November benefits are on pause. Wow, that is huge. And Florida is a huge state. Just like Texas and California, Florida has one of the most electoral votes because it has so many people. It's a huge state with a lot of people, over 2.9 million people on EBT. 3.5 in Texas, 2.9 million in Florida. Wow. Let's go to Oklahoma. Oklahoma said, due to federal government shutdown, SNAP benefits suspended beginning November 1st. Wow, Oklahoma said no. Wow. October benefits will continue, but as issued as usual, SNAP households can currently continue using existing funds on EBT cards until October 31st. Plan ahead, budget carefully. Again, Oklahoma. Okay, somebody said, what about Louisiana? I don't know if I got Louisiana. Let me go to Georgia. Brian Kemp, SNAP benefits for November won't go out. Wow. Holy snap. I didn't know this. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We have a serious crisis. We got some hungry people. Man, double tap, hit the like button. Georgia, let me say it again. Georgia, Oklahoma, and Florida have all said via message that November is on pause. They're not even saying 2023. They're not saying 27. Georgia, okay, let's go to Tennessee. Tennessee, you guys, listen, Tennessee, Bill Lee, Republican, website, notice, and letter, October 21st, 1.2 million people on EBT in Tennessee. Due to the ongoing federal government shutdown, November SNAP benefits may be delayed. If not issued, funding is not restored by October 25th. So Tennessee is giving the government until the 25th. Okay, that's a little bit of hope in Tennessee. West Virginia, it is very likely the shutdown will delay November SNAP benefits if Congress does not reopen the government in the coming days. Delay October benefits approved on after October 16th. Prepare for reaching out to food pantries. Wow. Why didn't the Democrats say that? The Republican states are saying we may not be able to do the food stamps. Reach out. Big Daddy Beer Gaming, what's up with your boy? How you doing? How you feeling? Oh, man, so great, so good. That's my brother right there. Like and subscribe. Y'all tap in to Big Daddy Beer Gaming, one of the best black gamers on YouTube. Shout out to you, my brother. I love you. Thank you for coming through and supporting, man. It's the bearding. Okay. Wisconsin, Republican legislator Evers D. But red-leaning policies, okay? If the current lapse in appropriations continues, there will be insufficient funds to pay full November SNAP benefits. States must hold insurance files. Contact your local office for assistance. So I just wanted to share. I mean, come on. Let me know what y'all feel about it in the chat, man. This is the reality of what's going on, man. Today, messages went out. I don't even know how many people knew this. Today, messages went out that EBT is on pause for November. Some states are saying the 23rd. Some states are saying the 27th. How long do you think the government shutdown is going to last? This is the second longest government shutdown in American history. It's day 22, and the longest government shutdown in history was 35 days. A lot of people are saying 40 days. let me just say something that's extremely sad. It doesn't matter if it's 40 days. If it's one more day, then the benefits for November is gone. And think about it. We just came out of quarantine. The Democrats are the ones who led us and lied. I'm not going to say that because I don't want to get in trouble. But we just came out of quarantine. And now you're going to take away their holiday. You're going to take away Christmas. You're going to take away Thanksgiving. I don't see how the Democrats feel okay with this. And remember the math that the Democrats say they're doing this because they want to save. Listen to this. Listen, I'm gonna do it one more time. The U.S. government shutdown has reached its 22nd day, the second largest in history, as Democrats led by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer demand an extension on Affordable Care Act premium tax credits expiring December 31st to prevent premium doublings. Listen to this number, for 21 million enrollees, while Republicans under Senate Majority Leader John Thune and President Trump insist on a clean funding resolution that's already passed Congress, bipartisan, without additional spending. The Democrats want 1.5 trillion in additional spending on top of the clean CR. How many people understand that? So we passed the clean CR in Congress. Remember, I read to you the demands, 1.5 trillion. Gavin Newsom lost 100 million in fire aid. Gavin Newsom is spending 200 million on 5 seats. Gavin Newsom don't have water to protect Californians from fire. And you guys are talking about being caring for people. Why don't you care for your Californians and get them water, get them fire engines, make the fire hydrants work, Gavin Newsom? Where is the $100 million in money? And did you know Gavin Newsom's wife has a 504(c)(3) in that she got millions of dollars that she was supposed to give back? Do you know not $1 has gone to fire victims? Not one house has been rebuilt. Thank you, Gavin Newsom. The reservoir is still empty. If a fire comes today, it's going to burn down again because we don't have water. We don't have water. We don't. And guess what else? They're not going to have food. Food and water. You need food and water to live, Democrats. You need food and water to live, Democrats. Let's read. The impasse starting October 1st after failed appropriations has furloughed over 2 million federal workers. 2 million federal workers have been out of work and unpaid for over 22 days, brothers and sisters. Disrupted airport operations has furloughed over 2 million federal workers, disrupted airport operations, and risked delaying SNAP benefits for 42 million low-income recipients. Let's do the math. The Democrats say they won't do a budget because they want to save 21 million enrollees. So they are willing for 42 income recipients to be starving. Do you guys understand? Thank you, Go P. They be stingy with the likes, man. That 100 likes means so much. If you can get me to 100 likes, man, it really puts you into the YouTube stratosphere, man. More people get to watch and join the conversation, and that's what we want. We want to broaden this discussion, because how many people knew that this was not just a joke? I know a lot of people have been watching the videos and the memes and saw all the people. If I don't get my food stamps, I'm running in the store. If I don't, all this. It was funny, right? I played the video. We were all laughing until it's not a joke anymore. October 23rd, the joke is over. And I'm sorry to say, for a lot of people like in Oklahoma and red states, the truth is already out. You're not getting EBT for November. You need to make a plan. They telling you right now, you're not getting EBT for November. You need to make a plan. This is what Oklahoma, Florida, this is what Republican states are saying. You know what Democrat states are saying? Democrat states are saying blame Trump when you go hungry. So they just want violence. They woke up, Democrat states woke up. They're not saying go to food pantries. They're not saying go to churches. They're not saying work together. That's what the Republicans said. Republicans said work with your food pantries, work with your local charities. That's what the red state said. But the blue state said blame Trump and his lies. So if I'm hungry and I'm 15 and I got to see my mama hungry and my text messages said blame Trump, how you think I'm going to act? How you think for the rest of my life, I might hate the Republicans? This is political, this is propaganda, this is political theater and propaganda. Wait a minute. I will always remember the Christmas of 2025. Can we get it in the chat? That's how we had the Christmas. Shout out to Lavelle. That's how we had the Christmas. Can we get it in the chat? These children will always remember the Christmas of 2025. Now think about it. They just came out of quarantine. You took away Christmases from them already. You took away graduation. You took away prom. You took away the first kiss. You took away everything because you put them in quarantine. You said, we can't go to school. I can't have a girlfriend. I never got to hold hands. I never got to go to first base, second base, third base. You took all that away. And now the same kids you put in quarantine, the same kids you took away their prom, the same kids you took away their 16th birthday, no quintet, no, what is it called for the Mexicans? What the Mexicans when they turn 16, the sweet 16, none of that shit. Quinceañera took away. Now you want to take away Christmas. The Grinch is on the loose. Now you want to take away Christmas. These children will never forget Christmas 2025. Thank you, Julian Fry. 2025, the Christmas of less dolls and pencils. They will never forget the Christmas of 2025. Not just because the lack, because a lot of people go through lack. Listen to what I'm saying. I know what listen, not because of the lack. No, not because we didn't have food, not because we didn't have presents, because of the political partisan propaganda and who was blamed and how it was framed. I said because of the the politicalized partisan propaganda of how it was framed and who was blamed is going to make it burn. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to make it burn in their psyche. That I remember. Do you remember 22? I remember. Yeah. Donald Trump and the evil Republicans stole our Christmas. Huh? What do you mean? Yeah, Donald Trump and the evil MAGA Republicans stole our Christmas. How do you know they did it? Because I got a message on my cell phone and it came from the government. Yeah, you know it said .gov. I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and my mama was crying. My mama got the message and she started crying. My mother got the message and she started crying. And you know what she said? She said, fuck Trump. I hate Trump. I will always remember the Christmas of 2025 because I will always remember when my mother got a text message from a Democratic governor that said, blame Donald Trump for your children being hungry. And I remember my mother crying, and ever since that day, I hated Donald Trump. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Whew. Ever since that day, I hated Donald Trump. Ever since that day. You know what I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about, man. Man, I'm telling you. Look at Mary Hamstar, LOL. Propaganda works on you. Grinch is busy building his golden ballroom. So the White House, it's like the Democrats. If you're a Democrat or if you don't like Trump, man, come on, you gotta do as much research as me, right? Why is that an issue for you? Donald Trump builds hotels, he builds real estate and property, right? Did you know about Gavin Newsom? Let's go ask Grok because we got a couple jokesters. Grok, will you please tell us about the build between Gavin Newsom building, spending versus Trump building, spending? How much Trump is building on redoing the White House, and how much Gavin Newsom is spending on redoing billions of dollars, Gavin Newsom, and it may not never get done. It may not never get done. They want to bring up Donald Trump remodel. It's privately funded. It's not coming from taxpayer dollars. Gavin Newsom, governor of California, since 2019 has prioritized aggressive infrastructure investments focused on climate. I want to talk about specifically White House renovations versus Gavin Newsom renovations and cost and over budget. Okay, can we have growth? You got to make the AI work. AI don't work for you. You got to make AI work. White House renovation, the Trump ballroom, 90,000 square feet ballroom, additional seats, 650, 999, like Trump gonna be president forever. Attached to the East Wing includes a partial demolition and modernization of the East Wing for the First Lady office staff, described as Caesar's Palace meets the Palace of Versailles in style. Expansion, adding 400,000 committee room, square foot committee room and assembly, retrofitting. Initial budget, not formally budgeted, private funding, not from the Congress, not from tax dollars. This is just for the trolls in the chat. $200 to $250 million total, 543 million proposed, right? So let's go to Gavin Newsom, California State Annex. Under Newsom, the primary renovation, a long planned expansion to address overcrowding in a 150-year-old Capitol includes wings for offices, historical dome, while adding minor facility. Paused briefly in 2020 amid deficits, is now a flashpoint for fiscal accountability. Cost and overruns started at 543 million, but balloons to 1.6 billion by 2025. Gavin Newsom and the state capitol renovation. Just for people who want to know, because there's always a tit for tat. Cost overruns. Number one, they put it on pause because it's just Gavin Newsom just full of shit, and everybody misappropriates funds and steals money. The Democrats steal money. Listen to this. The budget started at 543 million. It ballooned to 1.6 billion by 2025, a 100 to 200% overrun. Factors include inflation, unexpected systemic needs, design revisions, and legal delays. In 2023, 500 million was borrowed from the project funds to plug state shortfalls. Can you believe that? They stole money. They stole money from themselves. This is how the Democrats do politics. Listen, in 2023, 500 million from this budget, who was supposed to be renovating your state capitol, was borrowed. Did they pay it back to plug state shortfalls? Because a lot of these cities run over budget, like Chicago. 31.5 billion dollar deficit in California. Do you know that? California is in a $31 billion deficit. Repayable later when? Probably never. Critics call it the poster child for arrogance, with costs hidden via NDAs. Gavin Newsom got non-disclosure agreements so people can't talk about where the money went and how they stole the money, until a 2025 bill banned them in legislation deals. Context and critique. Full taxpayer funded. It's tied to Newsom broader infrastructure, but scrutinized amid California reoccurring deficits. 12 billion announced May 2025, blamed partly on Trump's tariffs. Now, Trump only been president 6 months, but they want to blame 12 billion. Gavin Newsom is special. Environmental lawsuits. This is why Elon Musk didn't build Tesla in California. Supreme Court ruling on West steps alterations, and calls for audits highlight secrecy. Trump supporters contrasted with the White House project, noting that the annex cronyism and lack of private funding. Newsom defends it as essential legislative efficient, citing reforms for transparency post-backlash. That's just the facts, man. That's just the facts. It's been going on for over 5 to 10 years. Newsom has been stealing money. Gavin Newsom and the Democrats in California create projects like this. This is what they do, but we don't have water for fires. We don't have working fire hydrants. We don't have enough police officers in Oakland. But they create projects like this, multi-billion-dollar infrastructure projects that don't help any of the main issues in California. But that's who you want to be your king. Gavin Newsom, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters. These are the Democratic leadership of California, and what they want to spend trillions and billions on: infrastructure, building a state capitol, not on fixing the problem. And I'm not saying welfare. I'm saying water. You know, you want to see a black person talk about give the money to this, I'm just saying, Gavin Newsom, how about water? How about you fix that problem? That reservoir was empty. It was Gavin Newsom's responsibility to make sure that reservoir had water. He didn't do it. Do you guys know he hasn't done it yet? He spent $230 million on these 5 seats for Jasmine Crockett. Can we get that reservoir filled with water? Can we get enough fire engines? We didn't have enough engines. Did you know that the mayor of LA sent 9 engines to the Ukraine? Because the Democrats want to look good. They want to say that they were supporting the Ukraine. So they sent 9 fire engines to the Ukraine. And when the fire broke out in LA, we didn't have enough engines. We didn't have enough water. We didn't have enough firefighters. This is all the responsibility of your politicians. This is why you vote for them. Do you understand what they legislate in their job? He's not supposed to be doing building. But you wanted to bring up. Now, I know you feel stupid for bringing that up. I know you feel stupid because you didn't think I was going to go in on Gavin Newsom wasting all that money in California. Now what you got to say? Miss Perfect Timing, insurance didn't cover them in the first place. Idiot. Miss Perfect Timing going in on the chat. Kimberly after said debate me. $150 super chat, Kimberly. Send me a $150 super chat, I'll debate you. As a matter of fact, send me $500 super chat, I'll debate you. Matter of fact, send me a $1,500 super chat, I'll debate you. Or if you can start a YouTube channel with 100,000 subscribers and help me get more subscribers, then I'll debate you. Motherfucker. The fuck wrong with you? Debate me. Motherfucker. Send me a super chat of $1,500 or start a YouTube channel with hundreds of thousands of people watching you. Then it's a real debate. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then it's a real debate. It's not a debate if you're a troll. Shit. Learn how to put the fries in the bag first. Can I say, learn how to put the fries. Learn how to put the fries in the bag first. You want to debate the king. I'm up here doing my 1-2. I'm up here spreading unique information that ain't been heard. Independent media kicking ass. Learn how to put the fries in the bag first, Kimberly. They always try to get promotion in my chat. They know they want to be on the chicken. They want to fry the chicken. You do not work in the kitchen, Kimberly. You cannot work on the fryer. What happened the first time I put you on the fryer? You burnt yourself. You almost burnt up the whole McDonald's. You need to learn and focus on the job I've given you. Learn how to put the fries in the bag. I'm not promoting you in my chat, motherfucker. You do not deserve to be on the fryer. Remember Cat Williams frying the fries? That's what Kim, everybody wants to be on the fryer because that's the cool job. Because when your friends come, what you can do, you can give them free fries. You want to be in the back in the kitchen with all the fun. Learn how to put the fries in the bag first, Kimberly. You want a promotion without doing the work. This is the Democrat liberal. This is the Democrat liberal zillennials out there who want to get a trophy and didn't never play one baseball game. Kimberly got a trophy for participating. She didn't even show up. You know, so many kids get a trophy for participating and their mamas didn't even bring them to practice. Their mamas didn't even bring them to the game. She wants to get a promotion in the chat. You're not promoted. You need to work on your customer service. Learn how to put the fries in the bag. Oh, shit. What's the last thing I want to talk about? House Democrat to launch ICE tracker website amid abuse allegations. Listen to this. This is what they're spending their time, money on. This is what House Democrats, instead of opening up the government, I'm telling you, they want to start a civil war. House Oversight Democrats led by Representative Robert Garcia plan to introduce a master ICE tracker sounds laughable. Website to document and verify community reports of immigration and custom enforcement activities, including over 170 cases of alleged unconstitutional detention of U.S. citizens since President Trump's January 2025 inauguration. The initiative, announced alongside Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, oh my God, supports a congressional probe demanding records from Homeland Security. Secretary Kristi Noem, by November 3rd, Republicans in the Department of Homeland Security criticized the plan and doxing the endangered agents, referencing a recent deadly attack on Dallas ICE facility. That's absolutely true. Okay. Look at Karen Bass.
I share this with the mayor.
Karen Bass, governor of mayor of LA. And remember, she was on vacation when LA was on fire. You can't make this shit up. She was out of town. Where she was in Africa, she went to Wakanda. Her black. Is she black? I didn't know she was black. It's okay if she's black. She went to Wakanda. I wish I was lying, y'all. I wish I was lying that the mayor was on vacation in Africa when the fires broke out. So some people mad. Hold on, let me look it up. Hold on, before I play this video, because I'm having fun. You gonna have fun. Let's look it up. Was the LA mayor on vacation? Was LA mayor on vacation during LA fires? That's all I want to know. Was she on vacation? Because I said she went to Wakanda. Y'all got mad. Your question was LA. Well, no, Mayor Karen Bass was not on vacation during LA fires. She was actively involved on the ground response efforts, including tours of affected areas. Man, I wouldn't know. Like her 2023 Africa trip, coordinators, the claims suggesting otherwise on social media seem rooted in misinformation and confusion with past events like her 2023 Africa trip during Hawaii. Leon also she was in Africa when Hawaii caught on fires, which drew criticism. Oh man, I don't believe it, man. So they said she was in Hawaii. She was in Africa when Hawaii caught on fire. I think the bitch go back and forth to Africa every time something bad. Oh shit. Is this your king? Is this your king? Is this your king? Wakanda forever.
I shared this with the mayor. Over the course of the next couple of weeks, the Oversight Committee will be launching on their website a master ICE tracker, where we're going to be essentially tracking every single instance that we can verify that the community will be able to send us information on. I shared this with the mayor. Over the course of the next couple of weeks, the Oversight Committee will be launching on their website a master ICE tracker.
This is a priority for Democrats. ICE tracker. ICE are federal employees. They need to be tracking the illegal. You want to track the citizen? You need to make a tracker to track where the illegal aliens are, so we can get them the fuck out the covers. No, they want to track ICE agents. American citizens who have a federal job, who are simply doing their job. Why, if you want to know where they're at, call their boss. The fucking Democrat. Oh God. Oh, we want to track federal employees like you don't know where they at. They get deployed. They get paychecks. We know where the ICE agents at. We don't know where these motherfucking immigrants. That's why we got the ICE agents to go find. God damn! I can't breathe. I can't. Woo! make this up. The Democrats want to track the ICE agents. Okay. I don't know who that helps. Who does that help? Who does that help? Can't make it. Who does that help, Democrats? Okay, you track the ICE agents, so who does that help? Oh, God. Who does that help? Oh, shit. Oh, I love you, Democrats. Oh, God. What it, Mo Money Dog, too. Asking for money, talking about platforms way bigger than this. It's hilarious. Republicans talking about SNAP benefits. I don't live off the government. You said too much, bro. That shit don't make sense. Mo, niggas be so mad they be wanting to say something. And then you type too many fucking words with your old ass. That shit don't make no sense. You trying to make 3 points, just do 3 messages, bro. I'm not gonna get mad at you. You trying to put everything in like I'm gonna cuss you out. Just say 3 different messages. What you do? What the hell was that, bro? Oh, you delusional jerk. And absolutely crazy. It's not even funny, brother. I'm having a good time. It is funny, thank you. It is funny that they want to track the ICE agents. That's not funny. That's not. We have a problem with immigration. 10 million some accounts, 25 million people came here over the border when Biden opened the border. We have a border crisis. So your Democrats want to spend money on tracking the ICE. That's not funny. That's not funny. That's fucking hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. No asking for subs and donations. Okay, just say that. Don't try to make it like if you stupid, stick to simple shit. If you a dummy and you know you dumb, just do a quick little comment. Don't try to write 3 sentences, nigga, if you don't know. Everybody right now, double tap, hit the like button. I need a donation. Somebody sent a super chat for Mo Money Dog number 2. I need a donation right now. He said no donations, no, don't ask for subs. Somebody said I need somebody to sub to the channel because I think they're watching Romper Room, but part of YouTube is people send super chats. You know, that's why there's a button. People subscribe. It's part of YouTube. There's a subscribe button. Thank you. Thank you, damage done. How easy was it? What did you do? Did you push the button that says subscribe? Did you push the button? Did you push the fucking button? There's a donate button. There's a subscribe button. I'm not surprised. I love it. If you dumb, just be dumb, bro. Oh man, that's so funny. They act like the people who want to troll you. They act like I created the subscribe button. If I created the subscribe button, bro, I would be on the boat in the sea off the coast, you know, with a bad thing feeding me grapes. Grape. You know, that's what I'd be doing. I wouldn't be talking to y'all. I love you. I do. I love you. I appreciate you. But if I created the subscribe button, yeah, man, I'm on that water, man. Grape! I'm on that water, man. Hey, we've been had a great show today, man. Thank y'all for watching. Watch tomorrow, same time, same channel, 11 a.m. I go live between 11 and 12 a.m. But what I need you to do, everybody that subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell. And that way you get notified when I go live. We go live every day. We talk about geopolitical topics, domestic political topics, fathers, family, God, and country. God bless everybody watching. God bless everybody who hit the like button. God bless the president. God bless Trump. God bless his memory, his family. Thank you again for watching. You guys have a great day. All jokes aside, I pray that the government is reopened by tomorrow because I don't want anybody to lose benefits. And we're going to talk again tomorrow. If the government is not open tomorrow, our conversation will be, again, informing the people that your benefits is gone for November. Your benefits is gone for November. If they don't open the government by tomorrow, your benefits is gone for November. And then we have to change. We have to change the tenor of the conversation because it's not funny anymore. Because Thanksgiving is gone for 42 million Americans, and the Democrats are lying, saying they're doing that because they want to help 21 million Americans. So tomorrow, if they don't open the government, the conversation, the tenor shifts, right? Because 42 million people are going to go hungry for Thanksgiving. Okay. Can't even watch you keep grifting. Money, make your money of your own kind. This administration is absolutely devastating and disgusting. Well, you maybe wasn't born here, Darren, or you could be young. You know, Darren, you may not understand the different legislative branches. What I would say to you, Darren, is rewind the podcast to the beginning. Listen to when I explain how the different legislative branches work and what their responsibilities are. When I started my podcast, what I did is I explained to my audience what the Congress role is. You have a Supreme Court who has a role, the Senate has a role, the Congress has a role, the president has a role. This is the greatest country ever created. The framers created the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. Article 1 frames what the Congress's job is. Part of that job, beyond granting war powers. If you might be young, so you may not remember Bush and Reagan in this history of America, this recent history where presidents circumvented the War Powers Act, where you have to go to Congress to get permission to go to war. The reason you have to go to Congress to get permission to go to war is because that's their role. The Senate has a role, Congress has a role, the Supreme Court has a role, and the president has a role. He's not a king. So if the president wants to go to war, he has to go to Congress to get the power and the money because Congress controls the purse strings. I'm going to say this again. If a president wants to go to war, he has to go to Congress to get the war power and the money because you can't go to war without money. And Congress holds the purse strings. So when you hear, oh, you want to participate for real now? You can't, Joseph. If you're going to be a dick, you have to stay a dick. I'm not going to respect you now. You have to stay a dickhead joker. You don't get to be serious and join this real conversation. Okay? I'm not going to respect your comment. I'm not. You're going to have to send me $50 or else you're just a dickhead in the chat. I'm not going to respect you. So what I explained earlier is Congress, Mike Johnson, has passed a clean CR, a clean resolution and extension. And what people need to know is this is the first time in American history that Congress has done its legislative job. Congress hasn't been functioning under the previous administration. I think we all complained about Congress in function and non-productivity. But this time, we can't blame it on Congress. Congress, bipartisan, Democrat and Republicans, passed the budget. That's their job. That is their legislative responsibility, and that's what they did. Mike Johnson and the Democrats passed a clean CR. Never in American history has the government been shut down over a clean CR. Never. This is the first time. You must understand that. This is the first time this has ever happened. This is not Democrat and Republican. This is Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer knows that AOC is going to primary him. Chuck Schumer is going to lose his job. Chuck Schumer is going to lose his job. We saw the town hall with Bernie Sanders and AOC. The number one clip out of that town hall is AOC going to primary Chuck Schumer. The next thing you know, Chuck Schumer is shutting down the government. This is sad. A lot of people don't understand the legislative body. I got racist white people in the chat. Instead of being a racist white person, how about you help educate other Americans, younger millennials and zillennials, on what I am teaching today? Instead of trying to be the star, you're not the star, you're not the host, you don't have a good YouTube channel that's popping and locking and jocking. Just help out in the chat. Just explain to people what the role is Congress as created by the framers in Article 1 of the Constitution. That's all. You don't have to be mad at me because I put you back in your place. Just educate the people. Congress passed the Clean CR. Chuck Schumer shut down the government because Chuck Schumer is afraid AOC is going to primary him. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about the 42 million people. This has never been done before. The Republicans hold power in the Congress. They have the majority in the Congress. The Republicans have the majority in the Senate, and the Republicans have the presidency. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are holding you hostage. And they don't have a good reason why. The only way that this is happening is the ignorance and racism that exists in America. See, racism is ignorance. And when you're ignorant, you don't understand how the government works. And you don't even care to teach people and be honest with people about the greatest document ever created, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That's all you got to do. If you want to be white, just be white. Educate people on the Constitution. I read to them Article 1. That's what I did. I'm not in the chat like you being upset. I read to everybody Article 1. Did you read to them Article 1? I read to them Article 1. I explained to them Congress's primary job is to create, debate, and pass laws as outlined in Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution. Okay? Beyond lawmaking, Congress also appropriates funds, controls federal spending through budgets and appropriation bills. It also declares war. Congress has the power to authorize military action. The Senate has a role, the Congress has a role, the Supreme Court has a role, and the president has a role. The only reason this has gone on so many days is because there are too many ignorant Americans who don't know what it means when Mike Johnson says we passed the Clean CR. Mike Johnson, like me, is talking ahead of his audience. Mike Johnson assumes that Americans understand what the proper role and function of the Congress is. When Mike Johnson is saying we passed the Clean CR, we passed the budget. When President is saying this never happened in American history, I don't believe you guys are smart enough and possess the intellect to understand what is actually going on. You don't know what Congress' role is. You don't know that Congress passed the budget. You think that somebody is not doing a job. It's not the last administration anymore. This is a brand new day. We are productive. We getting shit done now. Congress is doing the job. Congress passed the budget. We're not shut down because we don't have a budget. This is how we get to 22 days. Because nobody in America wants to be, it's too many people telling jokes. It's too many trolls. It's too many trolls and it's too many racists. We can even have a conversation that could help us. This conversation about the shutdown, if we take time to educate Americans on how bills and laws are passed, then I think the country will be better off. I honestly, double tap hit the like button. We almost at 100 likes. Thank you guys for watching, man. I love sharing this information and educating people every day at 11 a.m. My name is Perfect Timing Podcast. I need you to double tap, like, and subscribe, and I want you to join the conversation. Right now, everybody watching, tell me how long do you think the government shutdown is going to last? And everybody watching right now, do you understand if the government shutdown lasts one more day, November SNAP benefits are gone? Some of you just started watching. Some of you just started watching. My major point today was that text messages went out nationwide. January 1st. My major point today was to educate the audience that text messages went out nationwide to EBT recipients today. Today, California EBT recipients received the text messages from Gavin Newsom blaming Donald Trump for not getting SNAP benefits in the month of November. And I wanted to be the first one to tell everybody about these text messages that went out. And I don't think anyone else has brought out this, right? There was a text message. I'm gonna read it one more time before I leave. California CalFresh sent out a text message today to EBT people, and it read, blame Donald Trump. It read, blame Donald Trump. And then I read to you messages from other Democratic governors who also are fear-mongering and want to blame Donald Trump. Listen, urgent CalFresh alert from California Department of Social Services. Due to President Trump federal government shutdown starting October 1st, your November benefits may not be issued on November 1st if Congress does not reopen the government by October 23rd. October benefits are unaffected. Prepare by contacting local food banks via 211. Today, that has been the major crux of my message, because messages, partisan propaganda went out via text message today to all Americans who are on EBT. And the Democratic governors put in their messages things like this. Pennsylvania wrote this to 1.8 million EBT recipients. Because Republicans in Washington, D.C. failed to pass a federal budget, causing the federal government to shut down. This is what got sent out to 1.8 million Pennsylvania EBT recipients by Josh Shapiro, Democratic governor. Because Republicans in Washington, D.C. failed to pass a federal budget, I say they're inciting violence. I say this is Democratic radicalization on steroids. I say the left can no longer lie that they are not the ones radicalizing Americans, making people upset, making people afraid, making people violent. This is Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, Chicago, Illinois. If the Republican federal government shutdown continues past October 23rd, SNAP benefits will be interrupted starting November 1st. These messages went out across the whole country, and they break down the difference between Democratic states and Republican states. That was my major message for today. I just wanted you guys to, Oregon, urgent SNAP notice. Due to Trump's administration's government shutdown, you will not receive SNAP benefits after October 31st. This is Oregon Governor Tina Kotek. That's what we've been talking about today. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a great show. Double tap, hit the like button. We almost got 100 likes. I would stay, but gotta go. Crazy how they all blame Donald Trump, SMH. Mrs. Perfect Timing, how you feeling? Did you drop me off some food? Food now is more important than a bill you might get it later. I hope the Democrats understand food is more important than a bill, because the Democrats are the reason 42 million people are going to starve. They say they're doing it for 21 million people healthcare, but the math ain't mathing up. Yes, it's on the stove, Daddy. Thank you, baby girl. Thank you, everybody. This is my second time trying to say goodbye. This is my second time trying to say goodbye.